The number of people in the games industry who decided to go on to social media, particularly Blue Sky. A lot of these people, you have to understand that many of these people have already been run off of Twitter because there's a level of discourse and negativity that they can't really deal with. So the only place that they can really exist is on effectively a reservation like Blue Sky.
I don't think people should keep to I don't think fuck. I mean, if you just want to go to Blue Sky in order to like avoid supporting Elon Musk or something like that, I mean that's fine. But if your goal is to influence discourse, if your goal is to like be pragmatic about discourse specifically, the key here is Twitter, right? But yeah, the sane washing is just mind numbing. I know. It's just pretty blackpilling. I agree.
Where their opinions are protected and they're allowed to be vitriolic and nobody's allowed to tell them that they're wrong. Well,
wait, so, I mean, and right-wingers aren't being vitriolic on Twitter?
that's why we're making this video. We're going to be looking at some of the different people that, after the death of Charlie Kirk, decided to, and I'm not really going to be going through, everybody is going to draw the line at a different place. Here's where I draw the line. I personally have a big problem with people that are celebrating him being killed. I don't have a big deal if somebody says I don't like him or I never liked him or something like that. But for the people that are celebrating for him being killed, advocating for future violence, and saying that it's a good thing, I think that's what crosses the line for me. And I think that's what crosses the line for any reasonable, normal person. And so anyway, we're going to go through a number of people. And the first thing I wanted to start out with today is that maybe you guys remember this from the beginning of the year. It was a big content year, I would say that. And people might have forgotten, but there is a person who decided to advocate for killing your local MAGA. This was a Blizzard employee. And I want to say that after the video that I made on him and a lot of other people made on him, this person lost their job and effectively has ruined their life. And
I mean, did they literally say that? If they literally say that, then yeah, like they should probably suffer the consequences for it, 100%. But like, I just don't know whether or not like that is as accurate as he is like describing, because he's brought this example up multiple times now, but I can't tell if he's like misrepresenting the situation.
Nothing more than for the exact same thing to happen to the people in this video too. So I hope that after you guys see these individuals and you see what they're advocating for, you'll be able to go out and tell their employer, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not comfortable funding a video game that is employing people that are advocating for the brutal murder of a person in front of their family. And it's absolutely insane, but it's also not surprising. And so anyway, we're going to go through some of these. Obviously, I put out a post about this before. This was yesterday. If you guys want to make a list, and this is something I'll go ahead and just contextualize.
Wait, so is he trying to like direct harassment towards them? I mean, if you want to talk about harassment, that's fine, but like, I'm sure this is very pro First Amendment, right? Jesus.
It all. So there's several.
I mean, this is not even on like a like. It's crazy that you talk about Blue Sky, but you don't talk about Kiwi Farms, right? Because it's fine if you want to talk about people celebrating deaths and stuff. I think that's fine. Okay, like whatever, you want to be generally against it, that's fine. But then you're not really talking about like the right-wing version of it, right? The right-wing version of Blue Sky is Kiwi Farms. So, and I think Asmongold definitely knows what, or Twitter, yeah, exactly, or Twitter. Well, I don't know, this just seems kind of hypocritical, I'm not gonna lie, but okay.
Game developers that are liking posts that are people mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. We'll look at pretty much who these people are. We'll start off with this. These are people, Dennis. Let's look at this, and this is also on Blue Sky. I'm 6'5" and Vans, Blue Sky Social, sound effects associate at Bungie. So Bungie, you know the game that's trying to make Marathon.
Jesus.
I guess they were too busy. Well, he's doing sound effects, not visual effects, so maybe he actually has to do his job rather than just copy pasting something off of Twitter. But anyway, you've got somebody like this who's advocating for, and again, people might think that it's not a big deal. Oh, well.
Wait, so to be clear, he's just doxing here, right? Like, this is just doxing. Does this count as doxing? Wait, yeah, you're trying to spread, you're trying to spread information. You're trying to spread personal information on purpose, no matter if it's public or private, in a way that in order to harm somebody, right? This would be doxing, right?
These people aren't making these statements themselves. These people aren't really saying anything that is that extreme. Here,
also, it's just kind of funny how like the right will pretend that they're not into cancel culture, but they'll use every single way. They'll find every single way possible in order to participate in cancel culture, right? Like, this is blatant cancel culture as well. You're going after every single person that is even remotely celebrating it, right? Even remotely. Like look at how much of a hateful freak you are. This absolute dysgenic drooling cockroach vegetable is who is losing his father, whose task is to love his father in his last days, decides to participate in escalating the violence in the country because he's a hateful fuck. Because he's a bitter, hateful fuck. Right? But
here's
yeah,
the reason why it's a big problem. The reason why is because it creates an ecosystem and an environment where the actual extremism and the actual radical behavior is feeling comfortable. It feels comfortable in an environment where you have...
I don't know... I don't know if I have time to go over Destiny's reaction to Asmongold. I don't know if I have enough time, I'm sorry. Just mainly because it's already getting a little bit late, so we might have to wrap it up soon. But yeah.
This blasé, passive acceptance of it, and you have people that are just basically complicit with it, but they're not openly saying it. They're just privately doing it, or they're just privately voicing their support as well. And
what do you expect from a dude who used to use a dead rat as a clock? I don't even know, dude. He plays up a lot of his like fucking dysgenicness. He has a lot of genetic deficiencies that he plays up as well. Okay, so I don't even know how much he's telling the truth about the dead rat alarm clocks thing. It doesn't really matter either, okay? Because the thing is at the end of the day, he laughs at other people for being retarded when he is like the most genetically deficient out of all of them, clearly. And yeah.
Well, I guess in this case, it's not private anymore, is it? And so anyway, we have a associate producer at Bungie who is liking and promoting tweets that are celebrating the death of a person being shot in the neck in front of their family and bleeding out profusely on the stage in front of millions of people.
Yeah, that's Trump's fault. What? That's Trump's fault. If you're willing to be completely honest about it. This is why you need to know something about politics in order to comment on something like this. Because if you knew that the right, and if you're, no, fuck, you're being dishonest. If you're the person who, did Asmongold show the tweet? No. Not yet.
People. And so good job, Bungie. Really,
yeah, where is it?
Really good winners you've got here. I can't wait to play Marathon. I thought that my expectations for the game couldn't be lower, but somehow Dennis has managed to fulfill, or exceed those expectations, you could say. I've got another one also. Kelly, senior producer at Sucker Punch, amateur cosplay and armor D&D enjoyer, source of corgi pics, they and she. Okay, so we have also, and you're going to see this word, this term Sucker Punch a number of times. we're not talking about the action, but we are talking about the company. This is the company that makes the game, or that is making the game Ghosts of Yotai. Ghosts of Yotai, and this is also important to keep in mind, is that the voice actress for the game, for the character itself, has gone multiple times on record making the most deranged, stupid comments like defunding the police. She's just your typical, like, libtard, insaniac, moron, retard, right? It's not really that complicated.
Jesus.
But what it really indicates is that there's a culture in this company, and there's a culture in this environment where...
He's showing direct contact information? No. From what I see.
Is that there's a culture...
By the way, after Asmongold made a video about me, I just want to say I got death threats. Maybe this is the right time to bring it up here. But after Asmongold made a video on me, and it was a video of a video, because RevSays Desu, so if you guys do not know, RevSays Desu made a video on me at some point, and then Asmongold made a reaction to RevSays Desu's video. And essentially what happened is that I got some death threats from Asmongold's crowd. So yeah, that was an interesting experience. Okay.
In this company, and there's a culture in this environment where this type of radical, violent behavior and language is normalized. You have multiple people at the company that are all saying these things, and we're going to get to the other ones too. This is another person here also that works at the company.
By the way, I just want to say, despite the amount of like brigading and dislikes and ratioing that happens on the Asmongold and Tectone videos, I just want to say I would do it all again if I could, okay? I would do it all again if I could, okay? You guys deserve to be called out, okay? Asmongold and Tectone deserves to be called out. Like, even on my latest Tectone video, after my huge Destiny bump, I just want to say it's still 50% disliked. Okay, 50% disliked after now I have like DGG backing me up, I guess. But I just want to say again, okay, I would do all of these videos with no support on my own if I could, okay? Because I don't give a fuck, okay? That's why.
And so you can see right here, obviously this is them retweeting or posting something that they did with the game. And then right after that, I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. And I've been noticed that Twitter has noticed me from the... I've been told that Twitter has noticed me from across the room. Well, we certainly have. We absolutely have. And I think that these kinds of comments are absolutely disgusting. This is a person that works at a massive game company, and they're openly advocating for, on public platforms, and promoting and celebrating the murder of a random person. This is disgusting. It's really disgusting. And in my opinion, I don't think that it should be tolerated. And that's the reason why I'm making this video. I think that everybody should try to message anybody that works at this company, anybody who, you know, like any sort of PR, any management, you know, anything like that, let them know.
Wait, so you're just advocating for just fucking flooding inboxes and shit? Holy shit. This is such unhinged behavior. This is a direct call to action.
That you don't want to support a company that employs people that celebrate the murder of innocent people just for exchanging ideas. This is...
I mean, for the record, there's technically nothing wrong with this. If you direct your audience to cause a ruckus or to support a cause that you truly believe in, there's technically nothing wrong with this, except that he's incorrect and he's wrong. Because he is, no matter how many fucking Drew punching Nazis till I die blue sky titles that he reads out, it doesn't matter because Asmongold has incited more stochastic terrorism than the entirety of Blue Sky combined. And it's not close. Okay? It's not close. It's just not close. Okay? It's just not close. So yeah.
A disgusting thing to do. And you can see also, and I think this is a systemic problem at the company itself, whenever you have three people, the voice actress and then these two other people that are also doing this, I think that it's very obvious that this company has been infected with the same kind of moral rot that many other video game companies have unfortunately been affected by. And so you have all
Wait, what? And your orbit and mythic talent isn't infested with the same rot as well? Like what are we talking about here? What about you? You own mythic talent. All the content creators, it seems I've seen so far from mythic talent, are like also fucking violence enabling, violence encouraging, stochastic terrorism, right-wing motherfuckers, right? So how about them? That's your own fucking orbit.
also Zibs, they, them, always a very good indicator of mental awareness and normality. A producer at Magic the Gathering. So this person works at, I'm assuming, Wizards of the Coast. And they're working at Magic the Gathering Arena.
Bro, can you just imagine the CEO or the founder of Mythic Talent like actively like doing this? Holy fuck.
Previously also at wow.
A founder of
what
any
are the coincidences?
company
Wow, what are
or
the
any
odds of
group.
that? What a coincidence. And so what you've got here,
Just insane behavior.
this is again another person who is celebrating this type of violent behavior. And I think that again, people need to make their voices known.
Notice how all the examples that he's going to are the most fringe of the most fringe, right? They are what? They are what? Blue Sky, right? Blue Sky. Employees, regular citizens at Blue Sky, right? But notice how the people who are trying to encourage violent behavior are huge content creators on the right and political commentators on the right. Huge, with massive platforms and massive audiences, right? Like Asmongold, our good old friend here, right?
And make them heard that this is just simply not acceptable. This is not normal. This is not what average people want. We don't want to have people that are openly making statements and calls to violence like this, or celebrating calls to violence or actual violence like this, making our products. It's disgusting. And I know that some people would maybe consider and say, well, this is
Listen, all right. Oh wait, no, I
something that
probably
could be
can't
a
show
little
this
bit
on
like
stream.
cancel culture.
Never
And I
mind.
want to say that it absolutely is. 100% is. The fact is,
Do you think Ethan Klein should be called out more for kind of aligning himself with Asmongold and not calling him out for all the bullshit he spews? Yes.
that these are the same types of people
Easy yes. Yeah.
who would lie about you and make up things about you and
Because as far as I'm concerned, Ethan Klein treats XQC and Asmongold as like edgy gamer bros who are like moderately right or something, when that is far from the truth now. Maybe in the past that is true when they still play WoW, but now they are full-on political commentators and should be treated as such. No different from Ben Shapiro, whom Ethan Klein avowedly hates.
try to destroy your career and destroy your reputation for disagreeing with them on something political. But now whenever it's happening to them, they're the victims. Well, if you want to be the victim, it's time to earn it. I think also, here's another thing, is that if you work at one of these companies and you have one of these individuals that works at your company, you do have a recourse to this, and that's calling and talking to HR. Because the fact is that HR does not operate in your best interest, and it doesn't operate in their best interest either. It operates in the best interest of the company. And when you have people that are making public statements and calls to violence and celebrating violence like that, they're creating a hostile and an unsafe work environment. And anybody who works in HR...
Motherfucker, you're causing an unsafe work environment for the United States of America. You're the one, buddy. You're the person. You're the person. You're the person that's causing this for the United States. And yes, this is like 100% Karen energy. You sought out the most extreme corners of the internet in order to place more attention on these people. But meanwhile, on the other hand, you won't go to Twitter to call Elon Musk for any of his crazy rhetoric? The insane anti-Semitism that's on the right now? I guess anti-Semitism is only relevant when Hassan is doing it, right?
Or anybody who works inside of any sort of corporate environment will tell you that that's something that just can't exist. And
Asmongold is part of the problem and he is too stupid to understand it. No, he's too egotistical and evil to understand it, but also retarded, sure.
A corporate environment. There's a reason why we have levels of decorum, and there are some levels of HR that make sense. And so if you work at one of these companies and you have a person like this doing it, make sure to talk to HR and let them know how uncomfortable you feel that there's a person who's working at your company who might want to advocate to have you killed because you disagree with them. Tell them that it makes you afraid to come into work. Tell them that, you don't know, maybe you're going to file a lawsuit. You feel unsafe at your workplace. And honestly, here's the important thing. Who's
you to tell other people what they should do at their company in their fucking employment position by lying?
Should feel unsafe because these people would.
So you're gonna file a bunch of fake reports so you're advocating for filing fake reports to HR to get people fired, and you're gonna get your people to mass brigade company reports to get specific people fired because they posted on the farthest corners of the internet where nobody can see, while you do not show examples of what the fuck they specifically said. So what the fuck they specifically said, you do not show. You don't show this. You're not going to show this? You're not going to show what they specifically said? When? Where?
Justify violence against anybody who disagrees with them.
Oh, is that a good example,
just because
finally?
you think you know them doesn't mean that they wouldn't do the exact same thing to you. And this is them. This is the game that they're making right here. And you can see that they've made no statement about this. Now, let me ask.
By the way, okay, like, this guy's ego is out of control, okay? Yeah, and Kickcha is right. Death Totem is right. He literally thinks of himself like a god. It's so cringe. It's so insecure. Like, you can tell this guy just reeks of insecurity, okay? Projecting himself as a god because he can't control when his parents die is some real cuck shit, okay? I'm sorry that you can't choose to be God IRL to prevent your parents from dying, but I guess the only thing you can do to gain some semblance of control back is to play God on the internet? Alright, very cool. I see your game.
Ask you a very simple question. If these people made a degrading comment towards the trans community, for example, or towards the black community, for example, do you think Sucker Punch would have immediately fired them and made a statement? I think so, absolutely. But for some reason, these people are protected. And the reason why they're protected is because there's a lot of other...
have you showed any of their degrading statements? You have not shown a single fucking degrading statement. By 50% of the video. By the time this video has passed, most people would have clicked off. You have not shown a single fucking flying example. Where? Grums. It's Grums. The first example you show is not even somebody who is saying anything, but you're showing Grums. You haven't shown a single justifiable example of anything by the time when everyone clicked off of the fucking video.
And there are some levels of HR that make sense. And so if you work at one of these companies and you have a person like this doing it, make sure to talk to HR and let them know how uncomfortable you feel the exact same way that they do.
Does anybody think that he sounds like a fucking supervillain when he's saying this? Does anybody think that he actually sounds like some kind of deranged maniac when he says this? Jesus Christ.
That's the only logical reason that I have. And I think that at a certain point, Sony or somebody needs to step in, whoever owns this company.
I think we might take the fight back to Asmongold. Holy shit. Remember when I was going after Asmongold back in the day for the people who originally followed me back then? Back in the day, I mean like 6 months ago, okay? But like, oh my god, I'm getting pissed at him again. Holy shit. He makes me so fucking upset. And dude, I remember people were gaslighting me because they were saying, don't you think you're being unreasonably angry at Asmongold? What? Motherfucker! He's going after people's jobs right now. Holy shit! Yeah, extreme action warrants extreme retaliation. By retaliation, I don't mean assassination, okay? Just to clarify. Jesus Christ. Okay, I have to clarify that because people are confused these days.
Needs to step in and root out this disease before it kills the entire company, because I do think that it will have a tremendously negative effect on the game. And you can see this right here. This is a post.
Notice how this is snarky behavior. He's doing concern trolling, right? He says that this will have a tremendous negative effect on the game, but the person who's saying it, the person who's perpetrating it, is Asmongold, right? This is snark behavior. This is anti-fan behavior.
That Sony made, I guess it was a couple of days ago, about Ghosts of Yotai.
Concern trolling.
And you can see 1,000 comments on this. Your senior dev at Sucker Punch is a violent leftist, etc. And these are more comments here. Never let up the pressure. Never, ever, ever do that. Keep this pressure up until these.
I mean, what is there a line you draw in terms of pressure? Are you going to specify that you don't want people killed? Or are people going to raise the pressure until someone ends up dead? Like, where exactly does the pressure end? Where exactly does the pressure end?
People lose their jobs. And then after they lose their jobs, then take a break, relax, pat yourself on the back, wait for them to get another one, and then do it again. And that's the only way that you should treat these.
Holy fuck! So you're just saying like, oh, they shouldn't just lose their job, but they should lose all of their jobs and just never have their life back again for a few blue sky comments? I'm pretty sure Asmongold like defends people saying the N-word with a hard R. Right? Like he advocates like these people to not lose their job. Didn't Asmongold defend the woman who said the hard R N-word towards the black kid? Does he advocate for her losing her job? Or does he think it's cool and epic to get $1 million?
Animals. And that's exactly what they are. You shouldn't view them as people. You shouldn't view them as a person with a...
Okay, cool. Dehumanization. Very cool. Why the fuck is Queeman still trying to do this retarded, dishonest gay op? Queeman repost this random ass who make a lol. Right-wingers, if you would like to perform any retaliation for the events of today, please understand that us lefties worship and take all our cues from the Twitch streamer Destiny. Stephen Kenneth Vanell II, image below. The anti-fans are so gay, okay? This is so gay, it's homosexual, okay? Jesus Christ. Cringe. Very cool. Good one.
Political disagreement from you. These are violent...
Just keep on doing gay ops, I guess. But I know that you guys lie. I know you guys are dishonest.
Animals that are trying to destroy
so I'm not
the last good thing that we have, which is the open ideas of political discourse. And they're celebrating murdering people for doing it. And as soon as that starts happening, I don't want to know what's next. And the worst thing is that I...
Love your work and commitment. Keep it up, my wonderful queen. Thank you so much, Lori. I really appreciate it. Join our Discord server, discord.gg/foodshops. Thank you.
I already do, and I think you do too. And so anyway, we've got more of these. Here's recognition is not enough for me. I hope he tanks the studio. And Cowards
Holy
keep quiet.
fuck!
The studio deserves to go under. I understand why a lot of people at these companies don't speak up, which is why I suggest that.
Notice that he's not like he's not pushing back against it. He's saying that entire companies deserve to go bankrupt. He's saying that they deserve to be taken down. Just by the way, I think that Twitch deserves to be taken down, and even then I am hesitant about that one because I recognize that there's a lot of content creators, smaller content creators that make a modest living on Twitch, and the drastic change to YouTube might destroy them, right? Because they might not be able to transform their audience into watching them on YouTube in time for them to upkeep a living, right, out of it. So I understand, like, why you don't want Twitch to completely be dismantled. Although, for the record, I think the fact that Twitch is sheltering one of the most heinous pro-terrorist streamers on the entire planet, Hassan Piker, is warrant enough to warrant Twitch's bankruptcy. But even then, I'm hesitant about that. But this motherfucker, he just straight up goes, yeah, this entire game company should just go under for, like, the few tweets of, like, on fucking Blue Sky, of all things. Jesus Christ. Like, we're not even talking about Hassan, streaming day after day, being pro-terrorist, streaming day after day for years at this point being pro-terrorist. We're not talking about that. Like, we're talking about a few tweets. That is not even streams. But okay, very cool. I see how it is, okay? Very base.
If you work at one of these companies, please make sure to go to HR. Go to HR and file these complaints legitimately with them. There are certain legal things that they have to do, and in some cases, these people will pretty much lose their job for sure if enough people are discussing it. And you have also some people make comments like this. It's wild how the woke right, like Asmongold.
Oh, finally! Is this going to be a good example?
Grums and others showing themselves to be what they hate, authoritarian freaks that want to censor and silence anybody they despise. Yeah, I do. I do. I think that anybody who's advocating for killing people over speech like this should be censored. Absolutely. And this is just normal. Absolutely. I don't. There's this trick that a lot of people like this like to play, which is they try to use your own language and use your own morality against you.
Motherfucker, you're doing the same. What? You're... Why you're saying, oh, this is gonna be bad for your game? Oh, this is gonna be bad for your game on the game that I'm never gonna play in the first place, so I'm gonna concern troll. Okay, dude.
These people don't care about freedom of speech.
You're calling out a concern... You're calling out concern trolling when you yourself is doing concern trolling.
They don't care about censorship. They don't care about any of that. They're simply trying to weaponize your values and use them again.
Are you not doing censorship by trying to get the fucking workers laid off or fired?
Against you. And
hence, like, fucking up the game?
In order for them to fulfill their own goals. And so every time that they try to make an...
by calling them out on... And by the way, again, he hasn't shown any good examples so far. No evidence. No evidence where evidence should 100% be warranted. Right? There's no evidence being shown here in any substantial way. I have not seen a single shred of evidence in which you should absolutely justify evidence in this scenario, okay? I don't care if it goes, like, against, like, YouTube TOS. You're advocating for actions. You're not even linking to an Imgur album of, like, what their tweets are, right? You're just linking to Grums. As far as I'm concerned, that guy's still a fucking scammer, okay? So, like, again, I just don't get why the fuck you're saying this.
Appeal to your own values.
Jesus.
You should ask yourself, do they hold these values? And if the answer is no, then you shouldn't take it seriously.
You don't hold your own values. You had a fundraiser for Ukraine when the war broke out for $300,000, and then you started smack-talking Zelensky when he was against Trump. You don't have values either. What values do you have?
because this person is simply trying to use your values to subvert you and take advantage of you and to push their own agenda and to hurt you. And so
Also, you better not call out Hassan after this. Holy fuck. Yeah. Bro, okay, listen, if you report any video, please do not say so in my fucking live chat, okay? Thank you. Or anywhere. Alright? Jesus. Thank you.
never listen to this, never play into this game, never even acknowledge that that there's any
I disavow.
validity to it at all.
There you go.
These people don't care about freedom of speech. The only time they bring it up is whenever they're trying to co-opt the person who does care about freedom of speech and make that person act against their own best interest. But anyway, we've got also, you know, this is me, I was almost put out the call for finding game devs mocking, and there's another one here. This is the voice actor for Diluc and Genshin Impact. I hope they receive the same care that the average American citizen would get in the same situation. Really? So they're just going to fall down and die. Somebody gets shot in the neck like that with their blood like spurting out. There's no...
I hope they all receive the same care the average American citizen would get in that same situation. Bro, what part of this is like blatantly Wait, I'm just... Hold on. I don't even get this one. What's the joke here? What's the meme? I hope they receive all the same care the average American citizen would get in that same situation. What? I mean, maybe this is referencing Charlie Kirk. I don't get it. I don't get this. I'm sorry, this isn't even a good example. This like you're trying to bring up your first example here, and this isn't even a good example. How is this a good example? Shouldn't you bring up? I'm sorry, but shouldn't you bring up the first example? Shouldn't your first example be the strongest? Shouldn't your first example be the strongest? This isn't even a good example, and you're advocating for this person to lose their job based off of this? Dude, get the fuck out of here, dude. You're so cringe. You're advocating harassment off of, like, spurious claims.
There's no health care. You're not coming back from...
It's not even close to being a good example.
Not, at least not anytime soon with the medical care that we have now. And so anyway, at least he came out, at least he goes out doing what he loved, being a bigot. Yeah, of course you have more comments like this, more people like this. And if true police go after it's permanent, every post you make goes out to the public firehouse, captured by someone somewhere. The delete button doesn't do what you think it does. And so anyway, we have a lot of people, obviously, that are starting to say stuff, live by something. So she's obviously trying to make a statement of live.
Yeah, making jokes is bad, apparently. Yes, they're jokes. That's what they are. Yes, they are jokes. Jesus. Yeah, they're jokes. I thought comedy was legal again. Whatever the fuck that means anymore.
By the sword, die by the sword. This is what, and I think that this is a very revealing statement, and I think this is going to be the last comment that I'm going to look at here, is that this statement's actually extremely revealing, because what it's saying is that from her perspective, living by the sword is the same as being killed. Speaking out and being able to, you know, like express your opinion on certain things should be met with...
This is still not a good example. I'm sorry, but this still isn't a good example. Live by the something something. I'm sorry, but that sounds like the average fucking MAGA joke whenever a left-winger dies, okay? This is literally the equivalent of like any kind of fucking MAGA joke whenever a left-winger dies, okay? Just go down. I'm sorry, but go to the 17-year-old transgender girl who killed herself, and then look at the right-winger post. Like, look at the right-winger jokes on that one, okay? And you'll understand what I'm talking about. This is not... It's not even close. Like, the average right-winger on left-winger death comment, the equivalent, but for the other side, it's not the same. Like, it's just not even close. This is not even close. This is not close.
With the equivalence of deadly force. And that's really what these people want. They want to bully push, fight, and if it comes down to it, kill you if you disagree with them. And that's why whenever somebody does do something insane like this, all of these people try to do mental gymnastics about why it was somehow justified, normalized, okay, acceptable, or something one way or another. The fact is that, no, live by the debate, die by a gunshot wound in the throat. No, I don't really think that makes a lot of sense, does it? But it doesn't sound as good.
Aren't we supposed to be better than that, though? I would rather cheat than be the most moral corpse in a ditch.
As these, vapid, like Yas Queen comments that people like her make on Blue Sky that have absolutely no pushback because they're on their own protected reservation away from anybody whose opinions could be different than their own. And that's the reason. And also, those are the only people that are still left on the platform. And soon, if with enough effort and enough work, we can have enough of these people removed from our media, and removed from our public discourse, and removed from any sort of positions of power where they can exercise their completely maladjusted, totally deranged viewpoints and worldview. And so, anyway, I want to let you know that.
How are we gaining anything by doing this? Easily. We stop the bleeding. We stop the bleeding that is happening from grading conservatives on a curve. Currently, conservatives are being graded on a curve. We stop that grading on a curve by doing this. Yes. This is pragmatic. This is good. It is pragmatic. It is good. Yes. Right now, conservatives are being graded on a curve. Okay? We stop that by doing this.
That this is definitely not the only amount of them that there are. I'm sure there's plenty more. And so if you want to express and show any of these other people and you want to post one of their comments or anything like that, I would recommend anybody to go on over to Roach Ranch. This is a comment right here. Sorry, not comment, community right here that I made on Twitter. I do not really moderate this at all. And if you guys want to post the different public comments that are being made by these different developers or these different people that are working in media celebrating this, and collectively we can contact their employers, contact the people that are around them, and have them get fired from their job. And do not, for even a second...
Holy fuck. For the examples that you were showing?
Think that this is not fair. It is absolutely fair. These people have been doing it to people like me for the better part of 5 years, and it's time the shoe goes on the other foot.
I'm sorry, motherfucker, okay? But there is no boss outside of YouTube moderation and YouTube terms of service that they can appeal to in order to get you fired or get your YouTube banned, okay? Right? You're not really on an equivalent playing field, Mr. I can retire right now because I'm a multimillionaire. You're not exactly on an equal playing field, but okay.
But they're disgusting, they're celebrating violence, and there shouldn't be any space for this in any sort of a polite society. But yeah, anyway.
What you're doing right now is not a part of polite society, okay? You're attacking people's First Amendment right to practice free speech. And if you think this doesn't apply because you're not talking about the government, you're wrong, because I'm using your standards, okay? You are a free speech absolutist. You have said as such. By your own standards, you're defying your own standards. I'm not using my standards currently, okay? Because I think the First Amendment directly only applies when the government is trying to lock you up for free speech. But you, on the other hand, is applying free speech to all. So, yes, you are defying your own fucking logic by doing this, okay? Just by the way. Yeah. Very cringe. This is like, you're not even... Very cringe. Okay,
crazy things going on over at Sucker Punch Productions. Really, really crazy stuff. you know, with that many weirdos and freaks working.
If that's crazy, what are you? 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 You know what, Injade? Okay, there is a media. There is a media here. There is a media to blame here. It's the fucking podcast bros, and it's people like Asmongold. It's streamers like Asmongold, and it's like the fucking podcast bros. Okay? That's the true media that needs to be blamed. Not MSNBC. Not CNN or NBC or any of these major news networks, okay? It's motherfuckers like Asmongold, who does count as part of the media, whether or not you like it. Okay, you are a part of the media. You are a part of media consumption for millions of people. Whether you like it or not, I don't know why you're separating yourself from all these other major mass news network outlets, okay? But very cool. Yeah, anyway.
Looking at the company, I wonder what this game's going to be like. I kind of don't want to know, but I kind of do. I think it'll be great content, but for all the wrong reasons. So anyway, guys, that's about all I've got for today. I did.
Like, he actually sounds like a villain. Like, he wrote up a fucking villain speech. Holy fuck.
Did promise I would go through all of this, and we've gone through all of this.
Bro,
so
actually
thank you all very
unhinged.
much. I really appreciate you watching, and feel free to join the Twitter community or to join Reddit or anywhere else. But Twitter community is the best and most uncensored place. Reddit is very censored for a number of reasons that we have to, right? We just have to follow the Reddit rules. Twitter doesn't have those same rules. So if you guys want to talk about this issue more and bring up more people, feel free to go over to the Twitter community, and we.
Oh, great. So you're just gonna create a doxing community. That's just fantastic. You're gonna create a mass harassment doxing community. Supplemented by yours truly, Elon Musk. Very nice. Very cool. Very awesome. Oh, this is just
mobilize
great.
from there, and hopefully we can put you know, everybody together and actually achieve something for a good cause.
He's just creating Kiwi Farms too. He's just trying to create Kiwi Farms too. It's like, he's literally just trying to create Kiwi Farms too. I mean, fine. I mean, if that's your stated goal, then fine. Okay? But fuck.
And don't ever think that this kind of stuff doesn't matter. This kind of stuff has led to a lot of people getting fired, which is the exact reason why I'm doing it. Hopefully it'll happen again.
Wait, what the fuck? This is like something. Oh, it's leading to people getting fired, and I love it when people get fired.
Okay. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you all as soon as I can.
Wow, that's just great. Well, this was a horrible video to end off on. Holy shit. Now I'm depressed.